In 2012, something happened deep in the African wilderness. Something so strange, so unexplained, that scientists still have no answer for it today. His name was Lawrence Anthony, a conservationist, a protector, and the man the world came to know as the Elephant Whisperer. He spent decades saving elephants that everyone else had given up on. His rescued herd lived wild and free across his private reserve in South Africa. They roamed on their own terms, and Lawrence hadn't walked among them in well over a year. On March 7th, 2012, Lawrence Anthony passed away at his home. There was no announcement, no broadcast. His death was known only to his family, and no one else. But 12 hours after Lawrence took his last breath, his two wild elephant herds left the bush and began walking toward his home. Over 12 miles of African wilderness. Nobody had called them. Nobody had told them anything. They arrived at his house and simply stopped. They stood outside, massive, silent, motionless, for 2 full days. His son watched from the window and said the herds had never, in all the years before, come to that house. Not once. Elephants are one of the few animals on Earth known to mourn their dead. They return to the bones of lost family members. They touch them gently with their trunks. They stand over them in silence, sometimes for days. What happened at Lawrence's home looked exactly like that. But here is what made this different from anything science had ever recorded before. These elephants were not mourning one of their own. They had come to mourn a human being, a man who had loved them when no one else would. No signal was sent, no scent trail led them there, no human guided their path. Somehow, across miles of open bush, they knew, and they came anyway, because that is what love looks like when it has no language. They came to say goodbye to a man who had given his life so that they could live theirs, and in doing so, they gave the rest of us something science cannot measure and words can barely hold: silence.